Comet Games' second game ever. Because of this, please excuse any simple mechanics, lack of detail. We are still novice at building. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. Alright guys, for realsy, I'm glad I was able to support it. You know, they're just getting started, but good on them for being able to do something like that. I think it's a really cool concept. Good job to Comet Games.
This is a day that I've been waiting for pretty much over a year now. Hello, everybody. I am Dr. VR, and today I am excited, very excited, to finally present Sneak Thief 3, a project that I've been building completely on my own for the past 13 months almost now. And this game represents pretty much everything I've learned from 7 years ago when Sneak Thief 1 first came out, almost 8 years, which is just crazy. I think I was 12 when that game first came out. And Sneak Thief 2, which was 6 years ago. And today, I would like to take a deep dive into its story, gameplay, systems, and what you can expect at launch and beyond. So, for the introduction, on the surface, the game, Sneak Thief 3, it is a stealth action heist experience. And I think one of the things that will set this game apart is its unique identity and story. Sneak Thief 3, I can imagine, will probably be referred to simply as the heist game with demons. How many other heist games are there out there that's got demons pouring out of portals trying to swarm innocent populations and take over the world? And yeah, no, it's not something you'd think would work with a Thief game, but I think I might have just pulled it off. Based on the feedback I've had from testers so far, they seem to really love it. I've already showed the trailer, which I'll be revealing very soon, to a few people, and they've loved it. So I'm hoping that you guys will as well. In this game, you don't just steal things, you are now leading the International Heists Guild, which is the largest criminal organisation on the planet. And it's also the last force capable of stopping something catastrophic. Because, see, Sneak Thief 3 goes deeper. It's a cinematic world about leadership, betrayal, strategy, and responsibility. Now, the vision of Sneak Thief 3 is, well, the clear goal that I had when I first began this project is I wanted to make a stealth game that learned from the mistakes of the first two Sneak Thieves, and it has to respect the player's intelligence. I wanted NPCs that think, levels with meaning, decisions that matter, and a world where stealth isn't optional, it's essential. So I built the systems from the ground up with those ideas in mind. And you'll see here the history summary. So, Sneak Thief 1, 2018. Extremely simple, but iconic. It's got over 100,000 visits, which is an amazing achievement, and it's something I'm extremely grateful for the game to have gotten that popular. It's something I never would have expected. So, if you've ever played Sneak Thief 1, thank you ever so much. The only problem with that game, though, is that it's very difficult. If you've played it, you'll probably have a shiver up your spine when I mention the infamous train level. Nobody likes it. The amount of abuse I've had over the years, quite rightly so. I should have made it a lot easier, but I never did. Maybe because I'm evil, who knows. 2019, Sneak Thief 2 entered the world. When it first released, you'll see I wrote disappointing gameplay, lots of bugs, and very low effort levels. It was like I just carried on with Sneak Thief 1, except added Hitman elements to it, and just whacked a big 2 in the title. I think it wasn't until after Poke played it in 2021, which I have to tell you was one of the best nights of my life. And we got hundreds of new members joining Comet Games overnight. That kind of made me realise, do you know what? Let's learn from the feedback I'm getting. Let's actually put some effort in and turn Sneak Thief 2 into its own game. I was getting fed up of the criticism that people were saying it's a Hitman ripoff and all that. They're not wrong. They weren't wrong. But at the time I was like, oh, shut up. I know, but please just stop telling me the truth. So I set out to try and change that, and by the end of 2023, Sneak Thief 2 entered beta. The levels were all released, and it enjoyed some pretty good popularity for a few months before it kind of started to die a little bit. and now it's pretty much getting sometimes 0 players, sometimes 10. A couple of weeks ago we got 40 people playing in one day, 40 new people, which was quite amazing actually. But then Sneak Thief 3 enters the equation, because November the 5th, 2024, I think I gave everybody in the community blood pressure problems by telling them that Sneak Thief 3 is actually going to happen, and I've started working on it. And the excitement was very pleasing to witness. And now we are where we are, with today, November the 29th, 2025, assuming you're watching this on the day that I uploaded this video. Sneak Thief 3 is now less than a month away from you guys being able to play it, and if you stick around and watch the trailer, you will get the exact release date, because I have that ready now as well. But first, I would very much like to please demonstrate to you some gameplay to get us all into the mood for, not that kind of mood, calm down guys, but I would like to show you some gameplay footage of Sneak Thief 3, so you can see what it's all about, and just how impressive these new features are, and just how much Sneak Thief 1 and 2 don't even compare to this one. You will be shocked, so prepare yourselves. So here we are in Desert Storm. I've picked this level because that's the new objective system, by the way. I've picked this level because it shows off most of the mechanics. I'll show a little bit of the ruined safe house as well, because this level doesn't have hacking in it. And I do want to show as much of this off as possible. So you'll see up there, that's a security camera for those who don't know what a security camera looks like. And you'll see it's got a little arrow above it. That means that if it sees me, I'm going to get in trouble. Wow. So as you can see there, it's got quite a wide field of view. So you see there, it can see me, and I've just been caught. Yep, so that's summoned a guard to come and investigate, and this guy's going to check it out. And the guard will go to the area where I was spotted, and he won't move, so this can be really annoying, or it could be really useful, because, you know, I implement these features for a reason. If you want a guard to move, this could be a way of getting them to move. You just got to be careful. So what we could do is, considering we're not allowed here, we need a disguise. So I could take one of their disguises. The only problem is that this guy is going to see me as I go up the ladder, so we've got to be careful. As you can see, this is completely different from Sneak Thief 2. You could probably get away with that in Sneak Thief 2. But the problem now is I can't take this guy's disguise because the camera is going to see me. In fact, it can already see me, which is, I think I might need to tune the field of view, because it was not looking in my direction when I was doing that. I'm now going to demonstrate to you what happens if you're caught doing something illegal in front of a camera. So taking someone down, dragging a body. So it's going to call the nearest guard. There he comes, he's seen me, and I'm now in combat.
If God had wanted you to live, he would not have created me.
And combat is extremely punishing, because guards within a certain radius will all come and chase after you. It's not just one guard that will attack you. Every single guard within a certain radius, you can see all these guys are running around. And it is quite difficult, unless you know what you're doing, or you've got enough stamina. So you can see we are now in the pyramid, and there is still one enforcer here, because don't just think because you've got a guard's disguise that people aren't going to care anymore. There will always be somebody that can see through your disguise, so you've got to be very careful about that. You now have patrolling NPCs. This was not a thing in Sneak Thief 2. I know some guards moved around, but targets, excuse me, but no regular NPCs or guards moved around levels, so there's definitely the challenge element here. Somebody can see, oh yeah, this guy can see me. I am just going to destroy these cameras just to make things a lot easier. Now, I'm just going to sneak past you two. And we've got to be careful of this guy because he's also an enforcer. So this is the entrance to the underground ruins. As you can see, our objective is to access the underground ruins now. So, am I going to be allowed here? I absolutely will not. There is somebody here blocking the path, which pretty much is a sign that my disguise is not going to allow me to access these ruins. Now, I don't recommend trying to run past them, because if you do that, well, first of all, they are going to spot me. I will be suspicious. This guy doesn't care, but this guy does. And they will chase after you, and if they get too close, combat will start. So I could just run past them, toy with them, but they're still going to see me, so it's not really worth trying to do this. So you just gotta hide. Hope he doesn't see me, which he doesn't. Oof. I thought he was gonna turn around then, that got me concerned for a moment. And then now we will proceed to the underground ruins. Now this part of the level requires you to solve trials and collect 3 gems. So as you can see here, this is where 3 gems need to go to open this gate back here. Now, for the sake of not spoiling the game too much for you, I won't be revealing too much footage here because it's quite unique to this level. But I will just quickly demonstrate one of the trials. So you can see this one's surrounded by 4 torches. This one's mostly up to players to figure out on their own, basically. So be prepared, you might spend a while on this level. So you can see I press ignite here, doesn't do anything. Let's just try one of the other ones. Oh, this one's lit up. Okay, so let's try one of the other ones. So we'll try this one over here. And that one's gone. Strange. What if we try this one again? Will it light up again? It will. Maybe we'll try this one this time. And it's gone. So that must mean that we can try this one, and then the opposite one is the next torch. And this one stays lit. So if you're watching carefully, you'll notice there's some kind of pattern going on here. So maybe, just maybe, we have to activate the torches in the right order to be able to access this gem. What a guess, by the way. 50-50. So we'll light the last torch. And when you hear that sound, it means you've completed the trial and you can pick up the gem. Which means we now have 1 out of 3 gems, and it now appears in the pedestal. One of the things I would also like to demonstrate is that there is a lot of detail for things where you probably wouldn't expect it. So if you jump into lava, which please don't try this at home, you can see a little flame effect and you get like little lava footprints. Now I'm not going to jump in again because it will kill me, but you know, there's a lot of games that probably wouldn't go this far with some of the features, and to be fair, this game probably would have released a lot earlier if I didn't put so much effort into these little things. But you know, you might as well put 100% effort into everything. And be careful of these; they collapse if you stand on them too long, or in fact, as soon as you touch them, they'll collapse. So don't stand on them too long, otherwise you'll find yourself in a little bit of a tricky situation. So here I've gone to the side of the pyramid to try and see if I can get a disguise, and also this here, if I just go into free cam, this is the flag of the Sovereign Syndicate. Full credit to the amazing Abby for drawing this for me. She is extremely talented. I mean, that just looks amazing. I love it. And I can't wait to see what the other faction logos will end up looking like. But yeah, that is the Sovereign Syndicate's flag. And what we've got to do is be careful here, because as you can see, we've got 2 guards that will spot me, and over here is a CCTV camera. You can see the flashing red light underneath. I don't think it will see me if I walk over here, so I should be alright. Nope, never. Oh, okay, that one can see me though, so I've got to be very careful of that one. What you can't do, you could do this in Sneak Thief 2, but I cannot peek around the corner and start shooting these guys because they will immediately turn hostile, both of them, and all the guard up there will turn hostile, and maybe that one as well. So you've got to be really careful. You can't mess around in this game. The NPCs are way smarter than they used to be. Shoot the cameras here. Yep, okay, that's dealt with that problem. And then I'm going to run past this guard so that he doesn't see me. And then, if I remember rightly, there is a camera here as well. So I'm going to try and get rid of this one. There we go. Yes, shooting security cameras is a very expensive business in the world of ammunition. But you can see we have a more or less free disguise over here. So I'm going to take him down. At the time of recording, there is no score system implemented yet, but you will be penalised if you shoot and kill NPCs rather than non-lethally take them down. Because unlike in Sneak Thief 2, you get collateral damage is not tolerated in the third game. The IHG under your leadership, it's not tolerated. You have to try to non-lethally take down NPCs where possible. So before I dump him, I'm going to take his disguise. You can still disguise as them when they are dumped, but it's a bit more difficult because proximity prompt behaviour, that kind of thing. So it's a lot better to disguise first. And that is all taken care of. None of this, nothing like this in Sneak Thief 2. It's genuinely unbelievable. I love to see it. And now we can walk around, and these guys don't care. I'm a construction guy, I'm supposed to be here. I confess there is nothing up here. You don't really need to go up here. I might add something in the future, but you know, this guy doesn't care. But you know, this is a free disguise. So I can take this guy down, and I can take his guard disguise, and I'm pretty sure there's more enforcers inside the pyramid for engineers compared to guards, so it's better to be a guard when you're entering the pyramid. And then what I'll do is, you don't have to dump this guy, but you know, if you want to be extra careful, you can just try and position yourself to drop him off the edge. Try and nudge him to look in that direction. He will see the body. He will run up to it. And because he's only unconscious, he'll revive him. This guy knows what I look like, so he's now an enforcer as well. Now, if a guard finds a dead body, obviously you can't revive him, but the guard will stay put. This guard will stay here now, because he thinks that the danger is still in the area, and he'd be right. But again, it's a distraction tactic. I now have free reign here in this disguise because he's standing over there. So you can see how in Sneak Thief 3 you can create opportunities as you're playing through the levels. And this is a lot easier when you're playing with more people as well. So as you can see, this guy, easy target. If this guy was still stood here, he'd know, but because he's over there and he's looking away, he doesn't care anymore. And I can take him. I could probably take him over here without being caught, but I'm not going to risk that. So, without further ado, we will proceed to the pyramid in our well-earned guard disguise. So here we are in the beautiful, beautiful sunny Poland, and we will be going for a lovely stroll to the safe house where I will show you the hacking mechanic. Our objective will be to find a way to get in. So here you have one of these doors with these terminals. So you walk up to them and you hack them. And I will talk you through the process. So when you are ready to begin, press begin, and on the screen it will show you the pattern that you need to remember. So 975 in that specific order, and you have a time limit. So if you get it wrong or you run out of time, it will light up as red, and you can't interact with it for a set amount of time. I think it's something like 10 seconds. Could be 15, I'm not sure. During this time... Oh, okay, I think that was 10. So during that time, you could either do a little bit of parkour and jump across, like this. And then over here, you've got a choice of breaking the glass. And this is the updated gun, actually, with the new GUI. And you're in. Or you could hack the door, and I'll show you what a successful hack looks like. I would also like to please point out that only one person can hack a terminal at a time. If you leave mid-game, it used to break it. I fixed that, don't worry. So this time the pattern is 468. And you'll hear a sound every time you press it, so you know you've actually pressed the right one. So 8173 is the next one. 9, 4, 3, 7, and 5. And that's it. So you have 3 rounds. The first time you have to remember 3 numbers, then it's 4, then it's 5. As you can see, there's a robot here who is, for some reason, in a very strange pose. They have quite a lot more health than ordinary human guards, considering these guys are made of metal or steel or whatever the lore says that they're made of. And that's all I'm going to reveal for this level. So now I would like to talk to you about the story and characters. So we will begin with the characters which are the main characters which are listed on the right hand side. So Cylon, who we briefly mentioned earlier, might just be one of the most recognisable and oldest characters throughout the entirety of Comet Games. He's been there from the very beginning in the shadows. He is a god of pure destruction, emotionless, determined, and the whole concept of there being an elven civilization has only recently been introduced. In fact, it was mentioned when I first started working on that Void game back in 2020, and now I'm bringing it back and actually making it happen this time under the Sneak Thief franchise. And now he is returning to do what he did to the elves, to the humans now. So, not a good chap at all, and it's quite important for the sake of your very existence that you stop him, because the thing about Cylon is he doesn't just erase every single living thing in the world, he erases you from memory. So the next civilization to come along will have no idea what happened, won't remember anything, and the cycle continues. Next up we have Talon, who was once the elven god of war. He's now a corrupted servant driven by despair rather than loyalty. We have Vida, who is formerly a mortal, now a divine. She embraces corruption and sees the end of reality as beauty, and she is very much loyal to Cylon. She joined Cylon as a fellow Void Keeper willingly. You, the player, you were the main character in Sneak Thief 2, who worked with your best friend, Mr. Carlyle, or as Wyvern Beast says, Mr. Castle, to defeat Vincent Frey, who was the leader of the International Heist Guild in Sneak Thief 2 and 1. Spoiler alert, you defeat him at the end of Sneak Thief 2 and you take over as leader in the third game. It's not really a big spoiler because you can see that's the way that Sneak Thief 2's story was going. It was pretty much the objective of the game, so it's not too big of a spoiler. Sorry, guys. And basically, you are now the unwilling leader, forced to unite the criminal underworld and stop a god. So you've got quite a stressful job. Yeah, no pressure, guys. Next up, we have Marshal Veldrin. He is a hardened IHG officer. He's obsessed with discipline, military control, and desire for leadership. Now, this guy is what you would describe as someone who loves to employ the overkill tactics. This guy, if you even are suspected of being related to Cylon or the Void, he will wipe you off the face of the earth. Him and his faction, the Steel Vanguard, are absolutely dreadful. They are far worse than the Resistance, which was the antagonist group in Sneak Thief 2. These guys are real bad guys, and Marshal Veldrin is very much resentful of you as the player character, because he wants to be the leader. You took it from him, so he already doesn't like you, but given what's going on with Cylon, this only gets worse. Direct Calderon is a mastermind genius. His biggest personality trait really is that he's an opportunist. He just wants to survive. He wants to stay neutral. He's more interested in the Sovereign Syndicate and his own survival, basically, than anything else. He would get rid of every other person on the planet if it means he can stay alive. Also not a good person. And we have Archivist Yalora. Kind of a misunderstood villain here. She is against the IHG, wants to tear it down, because her view is having lots of little group of thieves is better than having one big one, because if you knock out the one big organization, it makes it a lot harder to be a thief, because there's no, governments can crack down on you and a lot more easily and stuff. It's that kind of viewpoint. So she wants to dismantle it completely. She's not interested in trying to stop Cylon. She just wants to get rid of the IHG. She kind of just accepts that Cylon's going to win, and she just wants to try and do what she can, really, make the best of what time she's got left. So she's not necessarily as evil as the other two, but she is still your enemy. She does still want to kill you and destroy the IHG, so definitely watch out for her and her followers. So, the story summary basically is after Vincent Frey's defeat, Vincent Frey made a pact with Cylon. The plan was to replace every thief in the IHG with murderous robots that would do all the stealing and everything for him. They don't care about collateral damage. If you read some of the lore notes in Sneak Thief 2, which I have to take out now because of Roblox's age guidelines, they were a little bit too graphic, but these robots were brutal in what they did to people. But basically, because Vincent Frey failed, because she defeated him, Cylon is furious, and he wants to now finish the job himself, but he's going to go even further, and he's going to completely destroy humanity as a whole. And the IHG, given that they've obviously dealt with Cylon already, you're the only criminal organisation, the only group in the world that actually knows anything about Cylon, how to stop him, that kind of thing. So you are Earth's unlikely last heroes. Now for the development status. I'm really, really proud to say that Sneak Thief 3 has pretty much finished its major base development, because the toolkit, which is the stealth system, disguises, all the basic features that you need to keep the game going, that's done. The tutorial's done, the main menu basic interface is done, first 2 levels are done, and I'm really proud to announce that every single level in Sneak Thief 3, with the exception of the tutorial, will support co-op multiplayer, that is new, that is very, very new. It's amazing. It's never been done before in any of the previous Sneak Thief games, with the exception of Sneak Thief 1. But honestly, who cares about Sneak Thief 1? Sneak Thief 2 had multiplayer, didn't really work, not very popular, but that's mostly because trying to join multiplayer servers is a nightmare in itself, and I just never got around to fixing it. I might in the future, but I'm kind of preoccupied with this at the minute. The only thing that needs final polishing is just bug fixing, so when you guys play this game on the 21st, please submit feedback. It's the only way the game's going to get better. While I admit Sneak Thief 3 isn't community driven, it is community oriented. And performance optimization might be needed, and levels will require some finishing touches. If you see a lot of empty space, don't worry, I will sort it out eventually. It's just I wanted to get the actual main stuff done first. The next milestones is obviously public release. I want to add cutscenes to the end of the levels. I want to add a weapons shop. There will be levels 3 to 8 obviously that are yet to come. I want to add a random missions feature to help keep the game, help bring a little bit of variety to it. Even more variety, I should say. PvP multiplayer, that depends on how popular the game gets. I'm not expecting it to be very popular, to be honest with you. As in players playing all the time. I don't think we'll get many people. If we do, then my gosh, that would be absolutely amazing. But you know, if I cared about player count and everything, I wouldn't have put so much effort into this. I'm here because there's a small group of people out there that really want to play this, and I'm doing this for them. Add-on missions based on enemy factions. Yes, I do want to add more missions to the game that are besides the main story. So there'll be a level to assassinate Marshal Veldrin, for example. I want to add that in the future. And now, everybody, the moment that you have all been waiting for. The Sneak Thief 3 trailer. So get ready, get the popcorn if you've not had some already, or if you've already had some, get another one, because it's going to be good. And I will see you after the trailer.
Frey believed he could control Cylon. That mistake cost us everything.
Then we don't make the same mistake. We bring the hammer down now.
This is not some cult leader with a fancy outfit. This is Cylon, the Void Keeper.
Wow, so what a trailer, eh? So, release date 21st of December 2025, so less than a month, just 3 or 4 weeks I think that is from the time I'm recording this, or the time of the conference anyway. And as you can see, the launch price, as mentioned in February this year, is 450 Robux. However, and this is a big however, what I wasn't expecting and what I'm extremely grateful for is how patient everybody has been. I have not had a single message from anybody saying, when is this game coming out? Hurry up. There's been none of that. Well, maybe Abby might have said that a few times, but she means it in a joking way, so that's fine. And she's very eager to play this, so I understand that. But I want to reward you guys and just say thank you for all the support that I've had. It's been a long one, and there's still a long way to go, but I think the best way I can thank you guys for the moment is to announce that the launch price will not be 450 Robux. I'm chopping it to 100 Robux, which is like £1 worth, I think, or $1 if you're American. So big difference, big drop. I hope this makes it a lot easier for you guys to be able to access the game. I know a lot of you will probably be asking for Robux for Christmas, so hopefully this is a nice present for you guys. And yes, that is 100 Robux confirmed now. It will not be 450, it will be 100 Robux for the remainder of the existence of Sneak Thief 3 until the final level is released. Then it will be free to play, but that could be a year or 2 years. So if you want to play December 21st, it will be 100 Robux. And before I end the conference, I would like to announce that if you would like to get some Comic Games merch for yourself or a friend or family member for Christmas, I am also doing a discount, again to say thank you all for the support. So if you use the code CHAOSBEGINS, that's all one word, you get 15% off all orders over $30, and that ends on December 28th this year. Just as a disclaimer though, please place your orders as soon as possible, maybe before December 10th or 11th, around about that time, because it can take around 2 weeks for your orders to be delivered sometimes. Based on last year, they took quite a while because Christmas is a busy time of year, so these guys that run the shop, there's obviously a lot of high demand. So if you want to get some Comic Games merch, I've got a water bottle, a mug and some badges, and I absolutely love them. They're really, really good quality. They ship from Europe, America, I think Asia as well. So yeah, if you're struggling on ideas for presents, this could be a nice thing for you to get for yourself, so, or a friend or family member. And when you also order from this shop, you can also request a personalised voice thank you message from me, so I'm more than happy to do that for you guys as well. But without further ado, that's pretty much it for this conference, I think. I won't ramble on for too much longer, because I appreciate everybody's probably got things to be doing on this Saturday night, so I won't take up too much more of your time, but I just wanted to say thank you all very much for watching this presentation. Sneak Thief 3 is the biggest project I've ever made. I've put everything I had into it, and I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, cannot wait for you guys to play it. And I will see you all on December 21st. Thank you very much. God bless.